Hey guys, Jameson here with TreePuncher.com, and today I'm going to show you how to download and install the Technic launcher and even change around your server a little bit to use the different options or mod packs. So the first thing you're going to need is a server that has the Technic launcher. If you ordered Bucket, you're going to need to modify your service or order a new one to get the Technic launcher. And when you order the Technic launcher, you have the choice of choosing between Tekkit Lite, Tekkit Classic, Volts, and Hackslash and Mine as often as you like. You can switch between them whenever you want, but do keep in mind that your world isn't going to go between them because they each have different mods and ores, and there's not a lot of compatibility between them, so each time you switch, you'll need to generate a new map. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and grab the client once we've ordered our server, and you can get that at technicpack.net. They just redesigned their site. It's a little more cluttered than it used to be, but it's still fairly easy to navigate. So you want to click Download Launcher, and once you're on this page, it's going to ask you what operating system you have, and if you don't know this, I don't know how you're breathing. So select what you have, and I have Windows. I've already downloaded it. If you have Mac, get Mac, and Linux, you know what to do. You know the drill. So let's close that out, and minimize this for now. I'm not going to worry about that. You're going to get something like this. Now, it's probably going to be in your downloads folder. Put this on your desktop because this is what you're going to be using to launch the Technic pack every single time. You can also create a shortcut to it if you want, like that. If you really don't want the actual file on your desktop, you can do that, but don't worry about that. When you first double click this, it's going to ask you if you really want to run it, and yes, it's not a virus. And here's the new launcher. The old one looks a little bit different. What you want to do is type in your username and password down in the right hand corner. And before you click log in, now by default I believe it's on Tekkit or something. I had it on Hackslash/Mine. But by default, if you ordered a Technic server or a Tekkit server, or the Technic pack mod, excuse me, you are going to get Tekkit Classic. So if you just want to play Tekkit Classic, like most people do, just set it to Tekkit Classic and go ahead and play on your server and you'll have no problems. But if you want to play on something like Volts, you would need to select that, and then you need to change your server around. So let's, for instance, just pretend that we have Tekkit Classic. We'd click Launch with Tekkit Classic highlighted, and it's going to tell us that my username and password are incorrect because I am terrible with passwords. So it'll launch the client and give it a few seconds. On first boot, obviously it's going to be downloading all those files. I've already done that, so it took seconds. But for you, it needs to download all those mods. And from here, just enter your IP, make sure your server's running, and go have fun. Now, if you wanted to play something like Volts, Hackslash and Mine, or Tekkit Lite, here's how you do that. You need to close out your launcher, and we are going to, we'll start with the launcher. So open it back up to get to the main launcher screen, and we need to select a new mod pack. And why don't we just go ahead and make that Remember Me, because I won't remember it. So I kind of want to play Volts. So I'm going to click Volts. It's highlighted. Now by default it's going to use the recommended build, which is what we want, but if you've ever messed around with these settings in the gear, make sure it's on always use recommended build. But if you've never done anything in this area, you don't need to worry about that. So click Launch, and I don't think I downloaded this yet, so it's going to download all those files. And in the meantime, I'm going to go to my server, just throw this little guy over here. Excuse me, I'm getting a cough. So we have a lot of different services here. To get to this panel, you need to go to treepuncher.com, go to Login, and it looks like Volts is already done, or well, almost done. But treepuncher.com/login, or just the Login tab, go to Server Management, and these details were emailed to you upon creation of the account. Once you type in that, or those credentials, you'll get this big area here. This is your dashboard where you have all of your services. And you might only have one server and maybe like a voice server, and that's fine. Whichever service you want to modify, you want to highlight it and then click. So we're messing around with the Technic launcher, so click that. And by default, we are on Tekkit Classic. So we're going to go to the Install Mod button, and we see what we can switch to. We can do Volts, Tekkit Classic, Hackslash Mine, and Tekkit Lite. So we just install the Volts. That's what we're going to do. We're going to click install on that. That's going to bring us to another page. Now, we shouldn't try to join the server immediately because it needs to take time to set all that up, just like it took time to set up our client side. And on the server, it might take a few extra minutes. So, good rule of thumb, just give it 5 minutes and check the console before trying to connect, because if the console hasn't confirmed that the game is running and ready to accept players, joining it may create problems. So, I'm going to cut the video here, and I think you guys know how to do this now. Once it's installed, actually, we're not even going to install it. We're not going to cut the video. We're going to go ahead and see how good our servers are, if they can really impress me. Go to the console, and nice. It's pretty much already set up. So I'm not sure if this is the same version. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Whoa, default servers in the Volts pack. Lots of them. We're joining our server. And bada bing, bada boom. Here we are. Oh yeah, this is me and Jamie's Volts server. So this is correct, actually. I installed Technic earlier, but yeah, this is our sweet Volts server. So that's how you switch between the mod packs. You don't need to do that. Most people are really just happy with Technic Classic. It's my personal favorite, to be honest. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions or concerns with your server regarding any kind of support, please go to treepuncher.com/contact, click the contact button, fill in your name, email, subject, and message. And what that does is it goes directly to our support system, where we have an awesome staff that can handle your issues very professionally and in a great environment where we can expedite that service to make sure that your issue is resolved as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Jameson with treepuncher.com, and I hope you have fun playing Minecraft.